I mean, for me, I was nervous. I came out real nervous. I think the entire week I had butterflies, but we came out firing, and the team did a great job. Offensive line did a great job protecting me. Wide receivers came up with some great catches. I mean, like I said before all this, I mean, only thing I have to do is drop back and throw it up, and it proved tonight that we got some unbelievable wide receivers that are going to go and attack the ball and go and compete. So we did an overall great job. Offense did a great job. Running backs, I know Jose and Jose and Tion had really good games. So we just got to take this game. I mean, learn from our mistakes and get better. Get ready for Miami, Ohio.
You had to be waiting for this game for so long. Could you ever envision that the first half would be as good as it was?
Honestly, no. I was just kind of came out and just kind of displayed. Honestly, I mean, really mentally prepared for this game. Watched a lot of tape. We did a great job. I mean, for me, I think I silenced the critics. I mean, people were kind of bashing me, a lot of people, but I kind of just shook that off and came out and played my game and had fun. I mean, after that first drive, I came up and I talked to Munchie and I was like, hey, man, it's fun now. And I talked to him before the game, and I was like, hey, I'm nervous. Like, what's it like? I talked to a lot of guys, asked them what it was like to play in a college football game because I never had. But I came out. I mean, that first completion felt good, and feel really happy right now.
Was there something specific you guys saw with Kiel that you knew early you were going to have some opportunities to stretch the field?
I think with us, we just game planned very well. Coaches did a great job of dialing up plays and getting us ready for the game. So, I mean, whenever you got great athletes like that and great wideouts, it's easy. I mean, you drop back and you throw it. The line's going to give you protection, and the wideouts are going to go make an amazing play for you.
Mike talks about game shape. Third quarter, was there maybe a little bit of they had played, this was their third game, this was only your first? Where?
I think, honestly, I came out and I started cramping. I started cramping up. I think I came out and my adrenaline was flowing. I got really excited. And once we came in, we started sitting down and relax and came out the half, I started cramping up, and those first 3 series were bad, so I had to come in, get an IV, and go back out there and play. And thank God it was fast and came back, and right when I got back on the field, we scored on that first drive. So it felt good. I felt, I mean, whenever my legs aren't good and I can't step into a throw, I'm going to make bad mistakes and I'm going to throw a bad ball. So whenever I got that IV in me, I felt good and I was ready to go.
Knowing what Munchie's been through, how did it feel for you to see him get back on the field?
Oh, it was great. Absolutely great. I mean, Munchie's a big brother to me. I look up to him, and whenever I got here, he pulled me aside and he was always there for me. So, I mean, whenever he went down against Illinois, it was awful, and to see him come back and overcome adversity and fight and battle to be in the position he is outstanding. And he has so much respect in the team, and he's definitely a captain for us. And Munchie's the man, and wish him nothing but the best.
Did anybody do anything on the sideline that you noticed when he went in, or any kind of reaction from the other players?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Was there any other reaction from the other players when Munchie went in? Just like.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think whenever he came in, I think guys realized that hey, he's a hard worker. He busted his butt, and we're going to compete with him. He came in, he competed, and he played. He went 4-5. He didn't miss one completion, which is good. And then I was joking around with him. I was waiting for a big standing ovation whenever he came out. So, but we love Munchie, and he's the man.
What does it mean to you in your first game to tie the school record with 6 touchdown passes?
I mean, honestly, I was just kind of just playing. I didn't even know. It was this in the moment kind of game. I mean, I just kind of threw it around a lot, and guys got open, and it was just my job to give them a good, accurate ball, and so it's an honor to be tied with six touchdowns. But I couldn't even know it. I was just kind of playing ball and enjoying the game and having fun again.
When they got to within that 7 points, and you guys had to come up with that big drive, what was the mood on the sideline like before going out there?
I think for us, I was just trying to get guys fired up to be focused. I mean, never get too high, never get too low, just to keep a level playing field and just always compete. I mean, we know that there's going to be critical moments in the game, but we're going to have to overcome those and bounce back and compete, and that's what we did. Good? Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Did good. All right. Good start. It was lot of fun the first half. Third quarter wasn't much fun, but it was one of those games where, man, we played with a lot of intensity. Guys were flying around making plays, and we hit the wall physically. We had half of our defense cramp up at halftime. I knew we were going to be in for a long second half, but a lot of young guys had to go in and play and made plays. And first game, you don't expect to have that many, but I'm telling you, we were ready to play. Probably too ready, and played with too much intensity the first half. You hate to say that, but man, did we cramp up at halftime. But you got to give Toledo credit. They've got a good offense, a lot of seniors on the offensive line. They blocked us pretty well. We'll learn from it on defense. We made enough plays to win the game. Really excited for our offense. I had no clue what to expect. I thought it all starts with the offensive line. We protected pretty good. We missed a couple of blitz protections, but as many times we threw the ball, we did pretty good. Gunner, what can you say? He was calm, cool, threw the ball down the field, but he's got some guys he can throw it to make plays. So it was a fun night. Our kicking game was I'd rate it about a B. The entire team, if we'd have played 4 quarters like we played the first 2 quarters, I'd have been much happier. But we didn't do it, made it a game, and it was good to see our defense rise to the occasion finally in the 4th quarter. But 2 pretty good football teams, and we found out a little bit more about what we're about, and now we know what to work on. Questions?
Tommy, what impressed you most about Gunner?
I'd say his poise. He ran the ball. He didn't slide like he's supposed to a couple of times. He tries to go in head first and try to get an extra yard, which I wasn't pleased with. He'll learn to do that as we get down the line. But he made good decisions. He never got rattled. Second half, they played what we call zero coverage and man everybody up and bring 6 or 7 people, and he handled it well. He held on the ball, held on to it to the last second, got it off, and made some big plays. So it was he exceeded my expectations. I didn't think he'd play that well. I thought he'd struggle a little bit with accuracy and have a little bit of happy feet, but hey, I'll take it. And he's really been focused all week long, and our receivers sometimes make you look good. He's got some good targets, but it all starts with the offensive line. They gave him some time to throw it, and when he had time to throw it, he was pretty much on target. Really didn't have many bad balls tonight. A couple of low balls on outside the pocket. Other than that, he threw the ball very, very well.
Talked a lot about your depth at receiver, but Gunner and McHale, quite a 1-2 punch there, especially in the first half.
Yeah, it's hard to cover those big, tall guys on the outside. Those small corners, everybody plays 5'8", 5'9", 5'10" corners. This is just so hard to cover those guys that have that height. Johnny Holton had his debut. I think that he's going to be special for us. Takes the pressure off inside receivers. You're going to see Shaq Washington really start catching a lot of balls once people say, hey, we can't play these coverages, and we got to get off the inside guys and double the outside guys. So that's what we're shooting for, is to use all of our guys where they can't just cover 1 or 2. And again, we got just enough running game tonight that really helped. I thought Jose played well, ran the ball hard. Their running backs ran hard. Man, I tell you, that one kid had 100 yards at halftime, and he didn't come back in. He must have gotten beat up a little bit, but he was a load. But we found out pretty much what we need to work on. And defensively, I thought we'd play a little bit better, but we'll take what we got. We just we had to play about 25 guys on defense, and that's a lot of kids to play the first game.
What were you feeling when you sent Munchie on the field the other day?
I told him I wanted to get him in the first half. I didn't want him to go in and maybe we're up so much that the game is already over with. I want him to go in and say, hey, listen, you got to go in and play, make your decisions. I thought he looked good. He threw the ball hard. He had good trajectory on the ball. We didn't throw the ball deep with him. We wanted to get it out of his hands. One time he had to scramble. I'd like to play him a little bit more, but at least we got him in the game now, and he understands, hey, this thing's going to work, and I think we're going to be able to use him, and we're going to need him down the stretch. Gunner started cramping in the 3rd quarter. I didn't know whether we were going to be able to use him much after that, but he was a gamer and was able to stay in, make the plays.
Was it emotional for you at all to see him run on the field?
Yeah, and it was just, people really don't understand what they go through. It's devastating when they have surgery, and especially his. And I can remember last year the doctors, when we were over there, just kind of told me, said, Coach, he's done, and just to see him go back out there and have a little success meant not just to me but all the teammates, because they see him every day and they're working out and in the weight room, in the training room, trying to get that thing healthy. And he's not 100%. He's close. Mentally is where we wanted to get him closer tonight, and I think just a few plays we had him in there really helped him.
There was -2 total yards in that third quarter. How did you rally the team to come back there and pretty much dominate in the fourth quarter?
Well,
Keep Toledo?
you know, you need games like that. You need to, you know, you're going to have a lull somewhere, and they kind of hit a hot streak. I think they scored maybe 21 points, maybe more than that, unanswered points before we got back on the board. And we knew on the sideline then, and we talked about it, Eddie Grant did a good job, got him over there and said, guys, we don't start scoring points, we're not winning this game. I mean, this thing's going, they're going to pass us up, and we're going to be in the rearview mirror. And they changed a little bit. They started throwing the ball weak, going back into the boundary instead of trying to throw to the field and taking a few more easier throws. I think sometimes when you get a 41-14 lead or whatever we had, it takes you out of your game plan. You want to start looking at other things, and I think that's what happened a little bit. But the biggest thing that happened is our defense, we couldn't stop them. They did a good job executing, and our younger guys panicked a little bit. We gave up a couple of long throws that you should never give up, especially when you got that kind of lead. And good lesson learned.
Any sort of update on Deshaun Bond?
He twisted his knee. I don't. It's not serious, but it might mean a game. But he did get it twisted pretty good. But I don't think it's anything serious. But we'll have to wait and see tomorrow.